Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place. I'm in a walking place. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, Where I Am Now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 Studio, WMVA 88.9 FM Studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM, 1350 AM, click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors. Welcome our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, WMVA 88.9 FM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go over to YouTube at Crystal Records One. That's CRISTO Records One. And our newest platform, channel, FYI Radio Show host, Yolanda Hinton.
That's what, and you shout about?
We're going to shout you out every time.
That's right. That's it. Shout out.
Oh, Mr. E.
Yes.
What day is it today?
Today is hump day.
That was kind of like a cloudy day hump day. You got a sunny day hump day, Mr. E? Mr. E. What day is it
today is hump day.
That's much better, Mr. E. That's a sunny day. Even though it's raining, it's been raining all over the world, seem like.
That's right. It's a songwriter used to say it's a raining night in Georgia.
They said it, and it has been raining cats and dogs for the last, 3 days possibly?
You know, the weather is changing, so, getting ready for it to cool down a little teeny bit.
Yeah.
Starting next week sometime. And guess what? Then it's going back up again.
Well, we usually expect August to be the rainy season. Down here in the bottom of July, it's rainy. But don't let it fool you. When it goes back up, the humidity in Hampton Roads is going to be fire.
Just get ready and keep your air conditioning charged up. And if you got to have that oxygen, keep it next to your bed.
I tell you. But anyway, we're going to enjoy the rain regardless. The rain is beautiful too. We thank God for the rain. There's a purpose for it. But we do thank God for his sunny days. And also, when it's cold, warm, we're thankful. First of all, Mr. E, when it's hot, we know how to get in out of the hot. God provided all that for us. And so we're just glad for any day above dirt.
That's right. Any day above dirt and no scales, no dust in your eyes. It's a brand new day. It's a new day to do what you got to do. To do what you got to do in order to make it.
Absolutely. So, Mr. E, it's hump day. This is our FYI, What's Under the Hat? issues concerning men. But we interrupt this program for more breaking news. You know, we had breaking news on Monday.
That's right, Miss Hinton. We had breaking news on Monday, and now we got more breaking news on Hump Day.
It's a lot going on. Everything has been shaken. You know, everything that can be shaken, they say will be shaken. And that's what's going on in the political world. Of course, you know, we're going to be talking about that because guess what? We're getting ready to start pushing the vote.
That's right. That's right. Get ready to get your transportation together, your skates together, your bus ride together, so you can go down and register. Or if you're not registered, register starting now, or go down and pull that level.
I tell you what, you got to get involved. So much is going on. So many moving parts. Mr. E, I don't know what to do. It's like a real reality show here.
That's right.
Looking at. But I tell you what,
it is a real
reality. It's a reality show,
but
I tell you what, it's a serious show as well.
And that's right. And somebody gonna say you fast.
You know, so we've been reporting that President Biden has just dropped his reelection for 2024.
Yeah.
The campaign, the election is over as far as he's concerned. But he did say, look, you all take a look at my vice president.
That's right.
And I'm going to endorse her for president of the United States.
That's right. That's right. You got to look at it. He's saying to y'all, I got somebody, even though that I may not be able to continue to do what I'm doing, but I've been around this person for a long time, and I'm endorsing her.
Now, the Republican Party just finished their convention, the RNC, their convention and everything has just moved aside. Former President Donald Trump just said, yes, I'll take this nomination. So he's been nominated. But he has also chosen his vice president to run with him. Mr. E, get that name for me.
Right.
Mr. Vance, I believe that's his name. Senator, and you know, the ball is rolling with these campaigns and things like that. We're going to talk more about former President Donald Trump's elected, to be hope. That's what they're hoping, that he and this vice president will be the next. In the meantime, there's so much in the news now about Vice President Kamala Harris, and we're going to talk about that today. You know, I want to also say, Mr. E, it's really funny how the news media just do switcheroonies. You know, at one time, you know, it was all about former President Trump, all about what he's doing, what he's saying. I mean, you know, they just had the rally where there was a attempted assassination that was in the news ferociously. You know,
that's
everything was about that. Everything for the longest time has been about the former president. All of a sudden, here we go. Somebody dropped the mic. Somebody did something because it was a switcheroony. And now, if you notice the media is going hard for this story, and that's why we're going to cover it on today. Ms. Kamala Harris. Vice President Kamala Harris, and the fact that she is up and popping and ready to go.
Just in case you want to know who was the vice president that Donald Trump chose to run with him, his name is J.D. Vance.
Absolutely.
And he chose to be Donald Trump Vice P.
Well, they chose him. As a matter of fact, his son recommended it.
His son.
I couldn't believe it.
But there's some chatter in the air about that.
Well, we can't talk about that because guess what? We're going to choose a day where we're going to talk about what's under the hat, and we're going to definitely talk about who this guy is. I don't really know him. I think he's 18 months in politics, but we're going to discuss him and just get familiar with who he is.
That's right.
In the meantime, what's in the news now,
right now
is Vice President Kamala Harris. The fact that she's up, popping, running, and I'm talking about some stuff out here in these streets. She had a rally on yesterday, Mr. E, 2:00 on yesterday in Eastern time, and she really went hard on her opponent. You know, anyway, but I want to say this first. She's vice president, but she's hoping to gain the nomination for the Democratic Party. So we've got to kind of like, you know, hey, wait on some things.
That's right.
In the meantime, the money is rolling in. I'm talking about rolling. And the delegates, they have already said, yes, this is the one for us. We know in August the 7th, we'll find out if she gets those delegates to bring her in as the front runner of the Democratic Party. In the meantime, Mr. E, they're talking about vice president picked already.
Well, they got for Kamala Harris. They said they got a little word out there saying that she's trolling. That she gave a delicious dose of trolling to Trump as he mocked a U.S. VP with a new nickname.
Well, let's find out a little bit about Miss Kamala D. Harris. She's the Vice President of the United States. She always fights for the people. From her barrier-breaking time as District Attorney of San Francisco and Attorney General of California to proudly serving as a United States Senator and the Vice President. On January 2021, Kamala Harris was sworn in as Vice President, the first woman. We need to stop right there.
That's right. Deep. The
first woman. The first Black American and the first South Asian American to be elected to this position.
Women ought to be jumping up and dancing and giving themselves a great big round of applause because she has come up to be the first woman breaking the barrier of it used to be all men, and now she's the first woman and the first Black woman,
Asian
and
woman,
the first Asian woman to be elected in that position.
Absolutely. That is absolutely phenomenal. That is absolutely history.
That's right.
That is something, I don't know if we look for that to come. Now, we hoped and prayed for women in high places. We had hoped for Hillary Clinton when she was running for president. We wanted her to break the glass ceiling, but we found out that, there are some things that caused her not to get in that place. But I tell you what, we're here again, and we're looking at possibly seeing history again in the making.
That's right. We had history one time before with President Obama being the first African American man to be the first, to be the only African American president. Now history is about to be made again with Vice President Kamala Harris.
It says as Vice President, she has worked to bring people together to advance opportunity, deliver for families, and protect fundamental freedoms across the country. She has led the fight for the freedom of women to make decisions about their own bodies, the freedom to live safe from gun violence, the freedom to vote, and the freedom to drink clean water and breathe clean air.
Go back and read that again, that she has made advantage and opportunity for what?
She has worked to bring people together to advance opportunity.
Okay.
Deliver for families. Protect fundamental freedoms across the country. Mm-hmm. She has led the fight for the freedom of women to make decisions about their own bodies, the freedom to live safe from gun violence, the freedom to vote, and the freedom to drink clean water and breathe clean air.
Isn't that something?
Absolutely. While making history at home, she is also representing the national abroad, embarking on more than a dozen foreign trips, traveling to more than 19 countries, and meeting with more than 150 world leaders to strengthen critical global alliances.
That's right.
The Vice President has been a trusted partner to President Joe Biden as they work together to deliver monumental achievements that are life-changing for millions of Americans. Together, they have invested in the economy to create a record number of jobs and keep unemployment low. Their work has led to move small businesses of business creation in 2-year period in any previous administration.
That's right.
It's talking more and more about what she has done. She's been a senator. Her record, it was tie-breaking votes cast by a vice president in history, surpassing a record that has stood for nearly 200 years. And her votes have been consequential. This includes casting the decisive vote to secure passage of the landmark Inflation Reduction Act, the largest investment ever taken the climate crisis. I remember that. Mr. Ishii is in here now as President Biden, he's still president, has stepped down and not stepped down for this last 6 months, but he is not going for 2024 election to become president of the United States. She is now trying for that position.
That's right. And not only that, she is trying, but he will be giving his speech on today, this
Absolutely.
evening. So be attentive to what he has to say as he had recovered from under the weather.
So it's so much tea going on, so much tea, and the people are just talking, and they're just in it for her to win it. You've got a coalition of black women, a coalition of white women. They had their Zoom meeting
Yeah.
just recently. They have black men on board. They have leaders. The money we just mentioned is coming in like a flood.
That's right. That's
And
right.
she's in it to go all the way. She addressed the country. Not only did she, put a stamp on who she is, she put a flashlight on her opponent, but she said it's not all about just making him look, in a certain light. It's about this economy. It's about the people.
Miss Hinton, she's getting ready to make history. History is getting ready to be made again. I mean, so we might as well get ready for history to be made. Not only is if she gonna make history, but for things that she stands for. I mean, she's not standing for picking on people, violence, the whole 9 yards. She's trying to stop all of that. She's trying to give you your God-given rights back, that you can be controlled over your body. You can have this say so over who you are. Nobody else. You don't have to check in with nobody to ask anybody, should I not? You can make that final decision on what you want to do with your body.
This could be history in the making.
Yeah.
It could be destiny. I tell you what, if it is, somebody gonna have to just move aside and let it happen. You cannot stop what is meant to be.
And it ain't gonna be no foolishness.
And so we shall see. I tell you, it's a lot of work that still needs to be done.
Yeah.
But the word on the street right now is the vice president pick. People want to know, is it that one? Is it the other? Is it this one, that one, or who? We've got a little bit of look in the workings of what's being talked about. And we did come up with some names, Mr. E.
That's right. We came up with some names that you will be looking at from Pennsylvania.
And who is that?
That's Governor Josh Shapiro.
Oh, wow.
Who is Josh Shapiro? He served in a vital role over the last 20 years. He has risen from the State House members and Montgomery County Commissioner to Pennsylvania Attorney General, and then after 2022 elected governor of Pennsylvania. He would be the first Jewish vice president in American history.
I tell you what, I watched him the other day, and I was really kind of impressed with him. There are a lot of other guys and ladies that are considered, but there's something about him that really stood out. It says what he brings, perhaps nobody in the Democratic Party right now is bigger, a rising star, and perhaps nobody on the list could do more to help Harris win lots of electoral votes in a key state.
19 key states.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shapiro won his 2022 campaign by nearly 15 points. Some of that was owing to the flawed and extreme Republican opponent he faced. But Shapiro made a concerted point to appeal to rural voters, and a poll early this year showed that more than 3 in 10 Pennsylvania Donald Trump supporters also supported Shapiro. And so they're looking at him.
That's right.
I'm not sure if they have gotten his information to vet him yet, but anyway, he is being looked at right now. There's some other ones.
Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona.
Yes, I met him in the airport.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper.
Uh-huh.
And you got a host of others. You got Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear.
Kentucky was red.
That's right.
And it's absolutely turned blue. And they have
blue.
A blue governor. Tell us a little bit about him, Ms. E.
Who is he?
Yeah.
Beshear is a former state attorney general who was elected to a second term as governor of Kentucky last year. The Democrats' biggest result for the election. He is the son of Stephen Beshear, who also held both of those jobs. Wow. What he brings, Beshear's 2023 win might be more impressive than any that we're talking about here. He faced capable opportunities in State Attorney General Daniel Cameron, Republican at the time, when Democrats
Man,
were
beginning to
beginning,
fret.
yeah,
Hmm.
were beginning to fret about this year's election, and he still won by 5 points in quite a red state. He also young 46, and like Shapiro, he's a reputation for being a consistent and reassuring presence in the appointed movement in his state.
Such as national disasters. While other candidates on his list might appeal to moderate and conservative voters, Bashir looks at acts the part more than others, often invoking his Christian faith.
That's right.
But he's still new to the national scene, and sometimes governors who win in tough states don't have much staying power. While he has been firmly in favor of abortion rights and in line with the left on many issues, governing Kentucky as a Democrat has required some compromises that might not appeal to liberals, including on climate change.
Well, you got Minnesota Tim Watts.
Yes.
That's going to be there with us. And Watts is a military veteran,
Hmm.
a former longtime public school teacher who served 12 years in Congress before winning 2 terms as the governor in 2018 and 2022. He also served as the chairman of the Democratic Governor Association since last year.
All right. We have Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, uh, and he is in it to win it. He wants to be a part of that team. But we also have a young lady,
That's right.
and somebody was really raving. I don't know. I don't know if it was on the View or wherever, but somebody was saying yes, it was on the View. 2 women in the race.
That's right.
They thought it was quite phenomenal.
That's
Tell us a
Gretchen.
little bit
That's
about Gretchen.
Whitmer. Who is she? Whitmer is a former state senator, a state senator leader who briefly served as a county prosecutor before being elected as governor of 2018 and 2022. What she brings, Whitman has won each of her campaign 10 points, even as she carved out a pretty progressive record and as similar to Shapiro doing anything to secure her state electoral votes. 15 would be huge. She also often mentioned alongside Shapiro as one of the party's most prominent rising star, one with more time as a governor.
Absolutely. We also have Governor Westmore.
That is the guy from Maryland. That's
Maryland.
Governor Westmore from Maryland. He's a next rising star. It was 6 of them. This is the 6th one. And Westmore, a comeback veteran. Yeah, yeah.
Best-selling author, small business owner, Rhodes Scholar, and former CEO of one of the nation's largest anti-poverty organizations.
That's right.
Governor Moore has devoted his life's work to a basic principle. No matter your start in life, you deserve an equal opportunity to succeed, a job you can raise a family on, a future you can look forward to. Also, we have, and there are many more we'll be talking about there, but we have another governor. He's from Indianapolis, Maryland, Wesley Omar Moore. Okay, right?
Wesley Omar Moore, and he's
okay. We did that, but
that's right.
We want to kind of shift to what he's done. Hold up, where is it? Let's see some of the things that he brings to the table.
Well, Wesley Moore, he's a member of this Restoration Partnership Leadership Council, Appalachian Regional Commissioner, Chesapeake Executive Council, Education Commissioner of State of Maryland, and Maryland Education Council, Interstate Mining Compact Commissioner, Mid-Atlantic Region Counselor, he's got a lot of things going more. And he's an African American man also.
But you know what? They say a lot of the picks so far, and they've only got papers to vet for right now. But they say any one of them could really do the job.
That's 6 of them right there.
Qualify right now. Last night they highlighted who could be the possibility vice president with Vice President Kamala Harris, and it was about 10. It was about 10 at that time, and so we will study them, the Democrats. We're going to study the Republicans because there is Senator Vance who is in it, and I want to know who he is. You know what he's done so far. He's out there talking some smack. I advise him don't go down certain roads. You know, I think some people can get away with that stuff, but I'm telling you, when you're dealing with people that are diverse, they're coming together. We just mentioned black, white, Indian, all kind of folk coming together, and you sitting up here trying to go down that road. Don't go down that funny road. I'm not even gonna say what it is. You all know. I advise him, go on and do what you do. Go hard, but you make sure you don't put race in it like you think that you in 1900.
Well, that's what they, that's the card they're gonna try to play, because it's always somewhere down the line got to be a race card fold somewhere.
Ooh.
JD Vance is the first non-incumbent. Vice president nominee to have the negative favorable rating after a convention since 1980, according to the poll.
Yeah.
The Ohio Senator's net favorable rating was at -6 points.
Yes.
After the Republican National Convention.
Yes, he's a young man, and I'm sure he's a smart young man. And but we have to see. We have to see what he's given. Like I said, I advise them to keep it wherein they can, if they want to get ahead. But you're going to turn off a lot of people when you try to go down a certain road that people have done in the past to pull folk down. If the truth, you can tell it, but you can't sit up here and try to turn people, do certain things. So we're going to check him out. Some of these other folk out. We're going to do what's going on. We're going to be serving their tea. As a matter of fact, I need to pull my teacup up because I saw somebody, and this is from their own words, said that the ear fell off, got shot off, and the ear healed.
I'm not going to go that way.
And the ear healed the next day. Lord have mercy.
I want to help you serve that tea because when I heard it, it was really surprised. He said he must be healthy. He said his doctor
said he's so healthy the ear grew back.
The ear grew back.
Now we need to take him to science. So science will tell us how to grow ears and whatnot just by, come on now.
And how healthy is he that he can grow an ear back? That does not make sense to me for a grown man to get up there whose ear was almost pierced and it grew back.
Well, I tell you what, it's a lot going on. Not only that, the word on the street, they turned in the table on old. What's old? Who's old now?
Well.
That's what they're saying. I'm going to give y'all what they're saying in these streets. Who's old now?
That's right.
So we're going to have all this backwards and forwards. We're going to have all this stuff going on. Who did what? Who struck John? She did this. He did that. But this is what we're here, FYI radio shows here, to encourage you to go out there and vote. Look, do your research. Pick whoever you want to pick. Whoever side you on is up to you. We're not going to tell you what to do and who to vote for. But we want you to make sure you're informed. You got to find out what's on the ballot.
That's right.
You got to find out who's running.
That's
you got to vet some of these vice president picks. You've got to find out where these parties are going.
That's right.
And you've got to make a choice. Do not sit back and feel like you have no voice and no say and not able to make a difference in your world.
And not only that, Ms. Hinton, you've got to know if it's going to help benefit your community. All of this that you're seeing, is your community going to rise above, or y'all can continue to go through and please run away from people who said my vote don't count.
Ooh, that's
run
spooky.
away from them because listen, your vote do count. Your vote do count, and you got to make it your business to go down to the poll. If you got to bring Lottie Dot and everybody, go do it.
All right. Look, the ladies going on vacation, so you all handle Mr. E on Friday and on Monday. Anyway, look, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Come over here if you can on social media. We're going to give you some upcoming shows and some more tea. God bless you. See you when you get back.
Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton new CD, Make It All Right. You can get this CD wherever music is being sold. Sometimes get away all by yourself. For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Everette, the co-host. Listen, don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9, Peace 95.3, WPCE 1400 on all social media platforms. If you'd like to be a special guest, a sponsor, or intern, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. And don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful hump day.
All right, all right, all right. Make it all right. You all can get that music. Go and download it wherever you buy your music. Let folk know about it. Please support, and I will really, really, really appreciate you. Also, our sponsors, we want to make sure we shout out Bulvic Academy. Go to www.bulvicacademy.com, BULVIC. Solutions to bullying, solutions for our community to solve this problem and eradicate it in our schools, in our playgrounds, in our home, in our churches. We also have October the 12th on the books for our community against bullying, a call to action now at the Virginia Beach Central Library. This is the E. We want you all to get the information. We're going to soon have registration up there so you all can register your school or your children or your friends. Let's make this a really good rally. Let's really understand, come to understand that bullying is still here. It hadn't gone anywhere. We see it right before our very eyes, right there on TV, right among leaders, right among anybody, church folk and everybody. We got so many bullies that we don't even know how to really deal with them, but we do, and we want you all to be a part of that rally. Also, beardgods.com, www.beardgods.com, BEARDGODZ.com. Go up there. Get that wonderful, wonderful balm and oils and shampoo and conditioner for your beard, your picks, your hats, your hoodies, your information, your vitamins on how you can look good, stay groomed, and healthy on the inside part.
That's right. That's right. All you got to do. You know, Ms. Hinton, I want to drop back on to when we was talking about the candidates for vice president for Kamala Harris.
Yes.
There's one that everybody knows. He's in the Department of Transportation, and there's a possibility that Peter Buttigieg.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my goodness.
Buttigieg might be right there in the runnings for vice president.
Wow, we got to see. But whoever it is, they have to bring something to the table a little different than that candidate. They have to make sure they can pull in folk that wouldn't necessarily, be her, where she could get to, but they can bring to her certain people and certain cultures, certain race, certain, professionals or whatever. Where they can say, look, oh, okay, he's a part of that, then I'm going to be a part of that.
Here's a hypothetical question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think if an ear can grow back because you're so healthy if he lose the presidency?
Oh, my God.
He's been talking about that America going to be in trouble if he don't become the president.
Well, there was a man that he had to retract his statement saying that he was a Republican saying it's going to be a civil war, and he had to pull back. Somebody jumped him so hard. You can't sit back and say you're going to do this and that and that. If I don't win, this going to happen. Ain't nothing going to happen. You haven't done it yet.
That's right.
But you better watch out because you got charges against you that you got to watch out. You still in trouble. And so you got to watch what you're saying, and threatening or whatever, because you still got to give an account to some things that have been done.
Well, I wouldn't want him to be the president. I'm going to say this. I wouldn't want him to be the president because look at the African-American sisters that he did bad business with, and they are still hurting all the way to the bank.
Ooh, they're hurting, but guess what? They had
Oh,
former mayor Giuliani up on the news, and they had pulled away his what do you call it? His hedge, and they're going after some of that moo.
they gonna get that move because he had no business going and
Yes,
messing with election. This is the thing that gets me is that they have a tendency. If you don't do it the way they do it, they go in there and change. I believe it was also an inside thing that they went over there and they begin to try to make changes and try to stop the polls and things of that
yes,
nature. I believe that what should happen the next time somebody goes over there and try to make changes into the
yes.
voting box, those who are in charge should really put some on.
Mr. E, I think it's going to be harder and harder for anybody to really tamper with, especially with all these uh, head people, including former President Trump and some of these other unindicted Congress folk, the folk that's already pleading guilty, like Trump's lawyers and things. It's going to be hard for anybody to come with this crookdom because it's just something that has stood out. And if you think you're gonna come and take ballots and steal numbers and stuff, ask your boy how much trouble he's in. He's still in this trouble. As a matter of fact, they're still gonna go through with certain things as far as his indictments and stuff. Now, Judge Cannon stopped that indictment about the what you call it, those papers,
Mhm.
but Jack Smith has gone ahead and he's going to the Supreme Court to get this case put back on the docket.
I was talking to someone on yesterday, Miss Hinton, and I was asking the question on a believer's note. I said this: if you so much of a believer, why would you stand behind somebody that's a non-believer? Even though the Word of God said, "Let the wheat and the tare roll together," and God would do the separation.
Yes.
But why would you stay behind somebody that you cannot that bring nothing but wrong, damnation, and fire and brimstone to kill the people of God that doesn't have no value whatsoever. And I asked the person what
Mhm.
qualifications is needed to be a president. So anybody that's incarcerated, once they get out, they can go and be your governor, your mayor.
Mhm.
They can be all that in high places. Even some hardened crooks can be there. But I say, what the righteous going to do? What are those who supposed to be the salt of the earth? Has the salt changed its flavor?
Well, the thing about it is, anybody, of course, how we talked about it, Mr. E, who can be president. And the thing about it is, we want people, even if people don't claim themselves as Christians or whatever, we want people of character. We don't need people running around here saying they're going to take and destroy these people or they're going to do a number on these people. They're going to destroy people? Are we going to do a number on people? Where you come from? We're going to lie and steal and take everything we can take. We're going to do a number on our country and our fellow men. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A man of character.
Hmm.
We people of character. That's what we want, even if they're not sitting there going to church every day. We want people with character, good character, to be able to lead, to have the people in mind. That's what I heard yesterday with Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, talking about the people and the thing working for the people. When you got folk that they're sitting up here on high places and they're working for themselves and stealing everything they can steal and doing everything they can do, that's not the leadership that we're looking for. Because guess what? They'll throw you aside and throw you in the dirt just to get what they want. Is that what you all want to vote for? And so that's what we encourage. We're saying whoever you vote for, let it be a person of character. Character. Let it be a person working for you, for the country. Don't let it be somebody that's working to gain everything, to control everything, to have power over everybody. You all are barking down the wrong, up the wrong tree. You're barking up the wrong tree. I advise you all to start vetting anybody and everybody, see who they are, what they're going to do to you, your family, your community, and you can go ahead and then go to the polls and vote.
And make sure they're gonna help. That's right, Miss Hinton. Make sure they're gonna help your community. Make sure they're gonna be for you.
Yes.
We got so many folks that want to be the leadership, wants to be the boss. You know, it reminds me of people that has businesses and they want to take advantage of other folks in order to get their business off the running. You know, but here's the thing that gets me so much. Please, 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 please do not fall in Crooktonville. Do not get caught up in there where you're not going to get paid for the work that you do. Where you not all they gonna do, they gonna get paid and you just be standing on the sideline looking in. Check and see what's going on with it before you even make any decisions.
Yeah, look and see if it's going to benefit you, your people, your community, your country. If you got somebody that just wants to go in and just take all the power, take all the glory, take all, you guess where you're going to be? You're going to be somewhere looking crazy and you're not going to have any rights whatsoever. So we don't want that.
This
is a democracy in the U.S. of A. And that's what we wanted to remain, a democracy. We want to remain where all men are created equal. Didn't y'all write that? All men are created equal. And so everybody has a chance. Everyone has a choice. Everyone has, to be able to have an abundant life and a good life. So anyway, we want to thank you all. Look, don't forget to visit our sponsors. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Don't forget to vote. Or if you haven't registered, make sure you go and register now. Do it now. Don't forget the newest music. And don't forget on Friday, Sports Talk with Mr. E. And Sports Talk on Monday with Mr. E. And Fun Friday with Mr. E on Friday. I'll be gone, but I'll be back. And we're going to continue some of these marvelous shows, What's Under the Hat and What's in Your Closet issues concerning you.
Just a little footnote before we take off and say bye-bye to you. Just a little footnote. Norfolk Public Schools starts April the 19th. August the 19th. They start August the 19th so soon. And I think that everybody else going in September.
Yes.
But Norfolk Public Schools starts August the 19th, so you might well go ahead and start getting them school supplies. And there's a lot of teachers that are out here now that says they need help purchasing school supplies. So if you know your school, your child's school, and your child is going back to school, make sure you buy extra school supplies so they can help the school.
Absolutely. So look, you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see you back here on Wednesday for What's Under the Hat. You all make sure you follow Mr. E. We'll still be posting for Mr. E. You all can go to his link and see what he's doing. I may on Monday call in. What y'all think? I may just call in. We'll see. But anyway, Mr. E is going to tell you how to be a special guest intern or sponsor with FYI Radio Show.
If you'd like to be a special guest sponsor, intern of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadioshow@gmail.com. If you'd like to be in our audience, just email us and give us your email so we can email you back. That's right. So we can email you back to let you know what time and what you have to do being in the audience of FYI. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on all social media platforms on your most talked about radio show. That's right. We're on both AM and FM. AM and FM. That's WPCE 1400 P's, 95.3 FM, WGPL 1350, and WMVA 88.9 FM. Yes, we're going in all directions right here on FYI.
God bless you all. See you soon.
2 up, 2 down. VA.